Hello, hello. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my yoga experience before we do a quick flow. And if you guys don't know my background, sitting on one foot is not working. Here we go. If you don't know my background, I actually went to a performing arts high school for ballet and then ended up getting a BFA in modern dance and went out, and from that point danced in different companies out in California, and I had so much fun with it. What I learned in high school was that yoga was very different than dance, and you were just using different muscles, and I really didn't love it. Then when I got to college, I needed something that was able to take my head out of a traditional ballet class, a traditional modern class, let me unwind but still stretch my body. And moving from Alabama to Pennsylvania, the biggest difference was the snow. And while I was living in Pennsylvania, I found hot yoga, and that really stole my heart. I loved being in the heat, I loved moving, I loved flowing, and it wasn't about like how's my arm being held, how am I being like graded on this move right here, that move. Yeah, I had a whole class on how do you hold yourself and present yourself, and I needed that unwind, so I started going to hot yoga pretty consistently. And from there, when I moved out to California, I found another studio, and I actually started working there as well because I just fell in love with how my body felt after a hot yoga class. And since then, I have continued my yoga practice on my own, and I now teach yoga here in New Hampshire. So if you've noticed, I went, south, north, west, east, jumped all over the place, and I got a lot of experience with yoga when I was living in Asia, and traveling the world has been one of my passions, and yoga is always something that brings people together. I'm always able to find a yoga community wherever I go, and I'm super grateful for that. So if you've never done yoga before, just know that mine is very flowy, and also I like to kind of shake things up. So I don't use the traditional yoga terminology, and that is because I'm a dancer. And so you might hear me just do because we're recording this on my phone, and we're just gonna use our breath as our movement or our music today. And that's another thing that I really love to use in my coaching practice. I'm a self-love wellness coach, and we use a lot of breath work in there because it really does change the dynamics of the body in so many different ways, and it just promotes healing. So we're gonna use our breath as our movement. So if you start getting distracted, if your head starts wandering, I'm gonna ask you to come back to your breath and switch feet. There we go. So the breath that I really love to do when I am doing a yoga class is in through the nose and out through the nose. Typically, there's a bunch of different ways that you can do this, but I really want you to seal your mouth and go in through the nose and out through the nose when we're doing this movement, okay? So let's see, what else do we need to think about before we jump into this yoga class? If you ever want to take a break, go ahead and put yourself down into child's pose. That place is amazing to catch your breath, really regain yourself. We're gonna be going through a lot of what I call chaturangas. That is the traditional yoga terminology, and it is kind of like a push-up. So I'm gonna walk you through the different levels, and if there's ever a point where you're like, this is a little bit too much for me, just know you can work yourself back down, and this is gonna be great. It's gonna be on the medium hard side because we're gonna do it in a short time, make sure we get some heat built up, and I'm excited. If you guys ever have questions about yoga or want to talk about a practice or want some exercises for how to make a specific pose work better for you or strengthen yourself, go ahead and shoot me a message. I would love to talk to you about that stuff and give you some exercises for that. Okay. Falling backwards. If you don't have water, go ahead and grab some. Got some amazing juices in here. So it's water and our sulfurzyme and some magnesium and calcium. So that's a MegaCal combination. And this is for hair, skin, nails, lungs, cellular support, and making sure that my muscles are supported. And that's really what you want to be making sure you're doing when you're working out, is getting some extra real nutrients in your body. Okay. So we are gonna get started in child's pose. I think this is the mat that I need to be on. Yeah, so if you like my workout from home area, you're also gonna see my cat Luna jumping around here. She loves when I practice. So child's pose, we're gonna get into the center of our mat. We're gonna have our toes touching in the back, and we're gonna put our hands out as far as we can, knees the mat width, and go ahead and press that chest down and close your eyes and just start breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Remember, we're using our breath as our music today. Keep breathing and really feel your fingertips pressing down into the ground, your shins and top of your feet pressing down into the ground. You feel your forehead on the ground. Go ahead and wobble your head side to side. Give your forehead a good massage right here. Keep breathing. We're going to go ahead and sit on up. We're going to roll our wrist out. Roll, roll. Reverse that roll. Be using our wrist a lot. This is really great if you are on a computer all day. It's going to be really helpful. Okay, and then roll our shoulders out. We will be using those. Reverse the roll. I'm just alternating, rolling. Keep your breath up. We're going to drop your head and roll it to the right, to the back, to the side, and down. Roll it left, back, side, and down. Roll it right, back, side, and down. Roll it left, back, side, and down. Last time in right, back, side, and down. Last one in left, back, side, and down. And go ahead and pull yourself into this position right here where your hands are directly on top of your shoulders and your hips are directly on top of your knees. This is a good stabilization pose. You're gonna make sure that you're pressing down into all of your fingertips and you feel your shins and tops of your feet pressing down as well, okay? So we are pressing, and pressing up into our shoulders. So we shouldn't be down in our shoulders like so. We should be pressing up into our shoulders so we feel that and we can stabilize right there. From here, you're just breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. You don't stop breathing. I'm going to keep talking, right? So from here, you're going to lift up your left hand. Palm facing down. You're going to pick up your right foot, flex it out, and hold it. It should be straight like you are a Superman. Here we go. You are breathing. You are squeezing. You should feel it in the back of your leg, your foot, your abs, your shoulders. Luna is going to come over and say hello. If you have pets at home, know that they love the challenging positions when you are in them and breathing. So put everything back down. Stabilize yourself. Recenter yourself. Lift your right hand up. Left leg up and back, flex that foot down. Make sure those toes are directly facing down. Don't let them turn out. Your hands pressing down like you're in a pool. Press down on that water underneath it, and you're just holding and breathing. Good job. Pick the left hand up, right leg up, and bring them in. Elbow to knee, touch them in the middle. Press them back out. We're going to do 5 of these. And press them back out and in. Press it back out. 2 more. And in. Press it back out and in. Press it back out. Place it down. Stabilize yourself. Switch arms. Right leg, right arm goes up. Left leg comes up. Hold yourself. Bring yourself in. Knee to elbow. Press it back out. 4 more to go. In and out, in and out, in and out. 1 more, in and out. Other side, left hand goes up, right hand or right foot goes up. Hand and foot, same thing, right? Make sure those toes are facing down. Bring it in and out. In and out. 3, 4, 5. Good job, guys. Sit down. Right arm up. Left leg out. I got it right that time. Flex that foot. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you've taken class with me before, you know I like threes, round of 3. So we're gonna pick up that left hand, right leg. Last time, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Pick the right hand up, left leg back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. And back to tabletop. We're going to drop the pelvis up. Drop the pelvis up. That makes sense, right? Look on up. Stretch out that back, and you're going to reverse it. Bend, bend, bend that back. We are just working on your spine, stretching it out. So keep breathing. With each breath, you're actually going to flip. So when you go cat, breathe in. Breathe out to go to your cow. Breathe in and out. Keep going in and out. Pressing down between all of your fingers and your toes. And you're really making sure that you're moving all of your spine, including your neck, up and down. Stretch it out. Whew. Just a few more. Keep going. This should feel great on your spine. Absolutely amazing. From here, we're going to press up into our down dog. So you're going to tuck those toes under, press down into your heels, and stick that butt up in the air. The goal is to keep those knees a little bent so you're not hyper stretching the backs of your knees. And you're just breathing right here. In through the nose, out through the nose. You're making sure your spine is in a straight line, and the more you bend your knees, the more you can straighten out that spine. So get that spine straight. Press into your shoulders so that you can really press away from the floor. Press down in your heels, and go ahead and alternate your feet. Pick your right foot up. And we're just stretching those bottoms of the feet out. Stretch and switch, 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 switch. Both heels down in that downward dog. And we're going to roll our spine up into a plank. Roll, roll, roll. You might need to walk your hands forward just a bit. Pull yourself into a good plank. We're going to hold it right here, and you're going to breathe. Goal with the plank is to make sure your feet are completely flexed. You can feel the muscles in the backs of your legs more than you can feel the muscles in the front of your legs. You're holding onto your butt. You're holding onto your hamstrings. You are turning your calves on in your stomach. You feel it all coming in and up, just like we were doing in that tabletop pose. You are pushing down into your fingers, pushing up through your shoulders. Your spine is in one line from your head all the way down to your heels, and you're breathing. If you feel like you are heating up too much, you can go in through the nose and out through the mouth, but I highly recommend to build this heat the whole time, all the way in through the nose and all the way out through the nose as well. Keep holding here. You're doing so good. Remember, if you need some music, if your mind is wandering, you can breathe deeper. Drop those knees down, back into tabletop, and back down into child's pose. Good job, good job. Come back up into tabletop. You're going to lift this left hand up, twist yourself up, and rotate that arm down. You're going to lay right on top of that arm to stretch out that shoulder. Take your right arm and stretch it forward, just like you were in child's pose with your hands, and just stretch out that shoulder. Bring the right hand back under your right shoulder. Bring this left hand up and up and up and up. Look all the way up at the ceiling and place it right back down. Other side. Right arm up to the ceiling, looking up. You're going to thread the needle under your arm, lay on that shoulder. Take this left hand and bring it out straight. Breathe. Bring it in, left hand comes under the shoulder, untwist that needle, all the way stretch it up, reverse it, reverse, reverse, bring it back down. We're gonna go into downward dog, breathe. We're gonna walk our feet all the way up to our hands. You're gonna keep your knees bent. Your feet are right behind your hands. They're about hip width distance apart. You're gonna lock your elbows into with your hands and you're just gonna drop, release, and swing side to side. Whew. Side to side, side to side, and you are breathing. You should feel this relax all of your spine. Your knees should be bent, feet should be planted, neck should be relaxed, just swaying. Good job. You're going to place your hands back down. Heel toe your feet back together. What you're going to do here is have your toes together, your heels apart, and you're going to make sure that you're not putting your knees together. You're going to try to keep them apart just a little bit, but your toes are going to be together, okay? We're going to straighten that back. Keep breathing. Relax it back down. Come up to mountain pose. Roll as slow as you can all the way up to standing. Rolling, 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 rolling. We're going to look all the way up. Bring the hands down to prayer pose. Shoot them right back up. Swan dive over your legs. Come back down. Straighten that back. Go ahead and plant your hands. Walk your feet all the way back to a plank. This is the chaturanga. Version 1 is you can drop your knees. You can go ahead and bend your chest all the way down. Flip your toes. Press your chest up. Shoot your hips down and back into a downward dog. That's version 1. We're going to go again. We're going to go ahead and walk your feet up. Bend your knees. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands. Straighten your back. Bring it down all the way up to mountain pose. Prayer pose. Keep breathing. Shoot it up. Swan dive. Straighten your back. Bring it down, plank. Option number 2, push up halfway down, drop your knees, bring yourself up to up dog, and then go down to downward dog. Keep going, bend those knees, walk your hands, feet to your hands, straighten your back, bring it on down, bring your whole body up to mountain pose, prayer pose, swan dive, straighten your back, back to the plank. Now the real chaturanga, go ahead and drop those elbows down, flip your toes, push up to upward dog, down to downward dog. So that's your third one. Whichever option works best for you, you're gonna stay there. Pedal your heels out, breathe right here. Great, go ahead and look at your hands, bend your knees, hop or walk to the front of your mat, straighten your back, bring it on down, meeting in mountain pose, prayer pose, go up, swan dive, straighten that back, go it down, and then chaturanga, whichever one works for you, keep breathing right here, go up dog, down dog. Look at your hands, bend your knees, hop or walk to the front of your mat. Straighten your back. Go ahead and let it down. Up to mountain pose, prayer pose, swan dive. Straighten your back. Lower it down. Plank chaturanga. Press yourself up. Back down to downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, hop or jump, hop or walk. Straighten your back. Go it down. Keep breathing up to mountain pose. Down to prayer pose. And up to swan dive. Straighten that back. We got a few more of these. Lower it down, chaturanga. You're almost there. Keep going. Breathe. Down dog. Look forward. Hop or walk to the front of your mat. Straighten your back. Bring it on down. Up. Mountain pose. Prayer pose. Swan dive. Straighten that back. See how this is flowing down to your chaturanga. Keep everything moving. One movement leads into the next. Downward dog. Last one of these. Bend your knees. Walk or hop to the front. Straighten your back. Lower it down. Go ahead and go all the way up to mountain pose. Prayer pose. Swan dive. Straighten that back. Lower it down. Back to your chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. And hold and breathe. Bring your feet to the middle of the mat. Toes touching. Lift your right leg up. Make sure that hip is down in alignment. Your toes are facing down. And put it back down. Lift up the left foot. Press into your fingertips. That's going to give you that stability you're looking for. And down. Right foot up. And down. Left foot up. And down. Right foot up. Last one. Left foot up. Press it down, look at your hands, bend your knees, walk or hop to the front of your mat, straighten your back, and then we're gonna lower it down and meet in chair pose. Hands go up, knees go together, press those hips down into the floor, shoulders are down and back, arms are up and gaze is facing forward. Breathe here. This should burn, right? Feeling it good. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. If you are overheated, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Squeezing that tummy in tight. Shoulders down and back in place. Keep holding. We're going to drop an inch lower. Drop an inch lower. Good job. Fold it over. Straighten that back. Lower it down. Mountain pose. Swan dive down. Chaturanga, you knew it was coming, chaturanga. Meet in downward dog. Right leg up. You're gonna now open it up, take that right leg and bend it over. Open up those hips. Roll that ankle out 3 times to the right. Roll 3 times to the left. If it is in your practice, go ahead and flip dog. If not, stay right there. Flip dog, press those hips up. Back to 3-legged dog. Bring this foot all the way forward. Bring it forward, bring it forward. Lift yourself up, hands on hips. Both your toes and feet are facing forward. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. You are breathing right here. Your knee is directly over that heel of the front leg. The more you stabilize and look directly forward, spot something on the wall, the more you'll stabilize yourself, okay? Whew. Breathe, guys. And bend that right leg, left leg down and up, 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 down and up. Probably should have counted these. We'll stop here. Go ahead and bring yourself down. Go back to a downward dog. Breathe. Pick that left leg up. Open that hip up. Roll the ankle out 3 times to the left. arms to the right. If it's in your practice, flip dog. Not you are holding that three-legged dog. Bring it back to three-legged dog, flip doggers. Bring that foot all the way forward, planting it in front of you. Bringing yourself up, hands on the hips, toes facing forward, front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Your front leg is at a 90-degree angle. It should burn. That's the best part, right? That's what we're here to do. Bring life and energy into these cells of ours that keep us moving. And we're gonna bend that back leg down and up. Down and up. You're breathing down and up. Down and up. Keep going. Down and up. Down and up. One more. Down. I lie now. Down and up. Bring yourself down. Meet back in downward dog. Roll that spine forward. Chaturanga it out. And we're going to meet one more time in downward dog. Downward dog. Whew. Really pedal out those feet. Feel those hips opening up. You need to drop down and get some water. Now is a great time. If not, hold this power pose, downward dog. I'm going to get a glass of water. Doo-doo-doo. You guys are crushing it today. Okay, we are in downward dog. We're going to heel toe our feet together. Pick up this right leg. Bring it into warrior one. So you plant it in the front. You spin that back leg down. You pick your arms up. Your weight should be centered between both feet. You should have 3 points of pressure in your front. And in the back leg, you should have majority of your pressure on the pinky toe. That arch should not be down, right? Go ahead and bring yourself down. Chaturanga. If you want to lead this leg up, go for it. Downward dog. Left leg up. Warrior one. On up. Stabilize yourself, drop yourself down. Really feel those pressure points in the feet. Shoulders are down and back as always. Ribcage is in. Don't let it spray out. In. That's how you get those ab lines. And come down. Chaturanga. Stretch it up. Downward dog. Right leg up. Warrior one. Arms up. Stabilize yourself. Down. Chaturanga. Downward dog. Left leg up. Warrior one. You should spin that back leg and have it planted before your hands leave the ground. That's the key right there, okay? You're breathing deep. You should be sweating. Yes, you should. And come back down. Chaturanga. Downward dog. Hopper. Walk your feet to your hands. Straighten that back. Lower it down. Chair pose. We're going to do some twists. So you're going to bring your hands to prayer pose. Your left elbow to your right knee. The key with this is to make sure that your knees, one does not go in front of the other. We want to keep those hips in line together, and you're pressing to twist. Goal is to look at the ceiling. Breathe. Hips down. Heels dug in. Lower it down. Stretch those legs. Toe heel yourself apart, hip width. Put your hands under your feet, gorilla pose. Bend your knees deep and just hang out right here. Breathe deeply. You should feel your tummy on your legs, breathing. out, shake it no. Always ending with a yes. Take your hands out. Toe heel your feet back together. Straighten your back up. Lower it down, chair pose. Prayer pose with your hands. Your right elbow is going to your left knee. You're pressing them down. Press, 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 twist, twist, twist. Look up at the sky. The goal is to twist your mid-back more than your shoulders. Making sure that your knees are in alignment. Making sure you can pick up your toes because you're not pressing into them. You should be shaking. That's the goal. Yep. Breathing. Drop those hips down. And relax. Toe heel your feet apart. Again, gorilla pose. Bend those knees deep. Rest your tummy on top. Relax the rest of your body. Let go of your hands. Toe heel your feet back together. Straighten that back. Lower it back down. Up to mountain pose. From here, we're gonna twist it up. So I'm gonna face you a little bit. You're gonna take your arms out to the side. You're gonna drop your right arm down. Left arm goes up. Keep twisting it up and under. Twisty twist. All the way up into the twist, and you're gonna grab your hands, okay? From here, you're gonna pick up your left leg. You're gonna pick up your right leg and twist it all the way up and over and bend that left leg down nice and tight. And just keep breathing. This is so good for you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Bring your elbows up to be in line with your shoulders. And shake it out, shake, 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 shake. Other side. Arms out to a T. Right arm goes up, left arm goes down. Twist them, twist them, twist them, twist them, twist them. Left leg comes up, wraps around the bending bottom right leg. Wrap, and the deeper you go, the easier this will be. Right? And those elbows are in line with your shoulders. You're breathing, you're squeezing, you're balancing, you're focusing. Shake it out. Good job, good job. Let's stretch it out. So, bring yourself up, mountain pose, swan dive down, straighten your back, lower it down, walk yourself to a downward dog, pedal out those feet. Pick that right leg up, bring it down. We're gonna go into pigeon pose. The goal is to keep your right knee touching your right hand, and your your right ankle in line with your knee, and you're gonna inch yourself back. This is new to you. Take your time. It's a hard one. So the goal with this is you inch your back leg back. It's completely turned down, so it's not turned out. Your toes, the top of your foot should be on the ground directly behind you. This front leg is at a 90-degree angle from you, and you are pressing down and up into those hips. You should feel it stretching all in the hips. It's really good stuff right here. Drop these shoulders down and back. Rib cage goes in, and relax forward over this. Walk yourself up, flip that back leg, toes go down. You're gonna go into your downward dog, three-legged dog. Ready? Shake it out. Place that foot down, lift that left leg up, Bring it into pigeon pose. And then you inch this back leg down and back, down and back, down and back. Good job. You should really feel it stretching out the left buttocks and hip and the right front of the hip as well. It's really good for you. Think of your tummy and rib cage going up and working together as one. It's really supportive here for the hips. Shoulders down and back. And fold over. Good job. Walk yourself back up. Go into three-legged dog. Shake a shake a shake. And set that foot down. Come to your table pose. You're going to take your right foot, bring it out front. Okay, hands up. Tilt forward on top of this hip. Woo! So your right leg is straight and it's flexed and you are really stretching out the backs of that leg. Stretch is stretch. You're gonna move forward onto that leg and stretch out this other hip. Really press down into it. You really want to make sure that your knee is on top of your ankle on the right side. It's gonna be really important. And then we go back. Stretch it out. Tabletop. Left leg goes forward. You come up. And up and over. Use those abs, use those back muscles. Keep the hips in alignment here. Flex that foot. Keep your back straight. You should feel this all up and down your leg. And then bend forward into this front leg. Backwards one more time. Good job, tabletop. You're gonna turn around and sit. Butterfly is the last one we're gonna do. And thanks for joining me, guys. I had so much fun working up a quick sweat. I highly encourage that everyone go ahead and drink lots and lots of water. Water is so nourishing. It's so important for us. We should be drinking our body weight divided in half in ounces. Yep, that's what we should be drinking each and every day. So here we go, that's it. You guys stay in butterfly position as long as you need. Super proud of everyone for joining and catch you next time.